Good morning, children. Today we shall do the topic on verbs perfect tenses. That is on page number 45 of your workbook. The past participle of a verb is a very important form of verb in the perfect tenses. So that means when we are talking about verbs in the perfect tense, we must keep in mind the past participle form of a verb. But what is the past participle? The past participle is a part of the verb that expresses a completed action. When do we use the past participle? The past participle is used in two main ways. One, to create past verb forms, and the other, it is used as an adjective. Now look at this sentence. My purse was stolen. In this sentence, the word stolen tells of an action that took place in the past. The other example, the stolen purse was found. In this sentence, the word stolen describes the noun purse in the sentence. Which purse? You get the answer stolen. And even adjectives describe a noun. Hence, here the word stolen does the work of an adjective. So, past participles are used as a past form of the verb and it is also used as an adjective. Creating the past participle. English verbs can be separated into two categories. One, regular verbs and second, irregular verbs. Regular verbs follow a pattern in which both the past simple and the past participle form of the verbs are created by adding an ed at the end of the verb. For example, if the verb is look, then the past participle and simple past form of the verb is created simply by adding an ed at the end of the word. Now the word look becomes looked, talk becomes talked, work becomes worked. So such words where a pattern is followed and is the same form for simple past tense and past participle, they are called regular verbs. Irregular verbs, on the other hand, don't follow a fixed pattern. The form of the verbs will change in the simple past and is different in the past participle. For example, look at the given table. In the first example, the to be form of verb in the infinitive becomes was or were in the simple past and becomes been in the past participle. Similarly, the verb to come becomes came in the simple past and it becomes come in the past participle. The verb do becomes did in the simple past and done in the past participle. Now you can go through the other words displayed in the table and observe the difference. The words that come in the past participle, they are formed from irregular verbs that end in en, t, d and n. That means the irregular verbs that are past participles always end with an en, t, d or n. Now let's solve exercise A, that is on page number 45 of your workbook. Write the past participle of the following verbs. The first one, buy, becomes bought. Second, bring becomes brought. Say becomes said. Think becomes thought. Eat becomes eaten. Tell becomes told. Go becomes gone. Begin becomes begun. See becomes seen. Make becomes made. Give becomes given. And know becomes known. Okay, so this was exercise A. Kindly write the answers of it in your workbook itself. Do it with a pencil. Present perfect. We form the present perfect with has or have plus the past participle of the verb. We use the perfect tense when we are talking about past events that still have a link to the present. We use the simple past when the action is completely finished. Difference between simple past and present perfect. Now look at this sentence. The sun rose at 6 a.m. In this sentence, the verb rose is a simple past. It tells us of the action of the sun that came up at a time in the past and it is not rising now. So the action is already completed. The second sentence, the sun has risen. In this sentence, the verb has risen is a present perfect, as it tells that the sun already rose and it is still in the sky now. So it tells of the action that was completed in the past but has some link in the present as well. Now children, we'll solve exercise B. Make positive or negative present perfect sentences. In this exercise, we have to use the information provided for framing our sentences. We have got names of 3 characters, Tom, Molly and Sarah, and their actions are marked with a cross or a tick mark. Wherever there is a cross, it shows an action that is not completed, and wherever there is a tick mark, it shows a completed action. Now, the requirement for this exercise is that the sentence that we must frame must be in the present perfect tense sentence. To make our sentence into a present perfect, all we need to do is use has or have plus the past participle form of the verb while framing the sentence. So now these are the sentences that I have framed according to the given information. But you can frame your own sentences. Just see to it that you stick to the information provided in the picture. I'll read the sentence. First example is already solved and given to you. Tom has sent an email. Okay, the first one now. Molly has read a book. Sarah has sent an email. Third, Tom has watched the movie. Fourth, Sarah has watched the movie. Fifth, Tom hasn't listened to a CD. Sixth, Molly has listened to a CD. Tom hasn't read a book. Molly, Molly hasn't watched the TV. Sarah, Sarah has read a book. The present perfect tense is also used with the words yet, already, or just. The word yet, which means until now, appears at the end of the sentence. The word just, which means a little while ago, and already, which means at a time earlier than expected, always comes after the word have in the sentence. Now read the following dialogue and look out for the words yet, already, and just, and the question form of the present perfect tense. I'll read the dialogue. Peter. Hi Alex. Has James arrived yet? Alex. No, he hasn't. But don't worry. I've just phoned him. He'll be there soon. Peter. Thanks, Alex. Peter. Here's James now. James. Sorry, I'm late. Let's buy the tickets? Alex. I've already bought them. Come on, let's find our seats. James. This film will be great. I have seen this actor before. Now, in this sentence, children, in this dialogue, I have highlighted the words yet, just, and already. As we learned before, the word yet arrives at the end of the sentence. The words just and already come after the words I've in the sentence. Kindly take a note of the short forms used. I have is written as I've. He has is written as he's. And she has is written as she's. Now children, let's solve exercise C, that is on page number 47 of your workbook. Kindly open page 47. Rewrite the diary below using present perfect tense whenever you see verbs underlined. Dear diary, this week is good and bad. My father will fix my computer and my music teacher chooses me to sing in the school concert. I started my science project. My grandparents are going to Kerala for their holidays. My friend Tom will break his arm so he can't go to the concert. I lost my favorite computer game. I had a very strange week. Perhaps next week will be better. Now children, in this diary, we have got certain words that are underlined. They are verbs. Okay, so we have to change them into present perfect tense. Remember, to change a verb into a present perfect tense, all we need is has, or we need to use has or have and the past participle of the verb. So according to the need of the sentence, I have changed the verbs into the present perfect, and it is displayed here on the screen. Dear diary, this week has been good and bad. My father has fixed my computer and my music teacher has chosen me to sing in the school concert. I have started my science project. My grandparents have gone to Kerala for their holidays. My friend Tom has broken his arm, so he can't go to the concert. I have lost my favorite computer game. I have had a very strange week. Perhaps next week will be better. Okay, so children, kindly copy this. I have highlighted the answers in yellow. Now children, we move ahead and solve exercise D. Complete the sentences using the present perfect tense of the verbs in brackets and already, just, or yet. Remember to use the short forms. So children, in this exercise, we have got certain verbs given to us in the brackets. We have to make them into present perfect tense. And also we have got to use the words already, just, or yet. Now children, remember that the words already and just come after the word have in the sentence, and the word yet comes at the end of the sentence. I'll repeat, the words already and just come after the word have in the sentence, and the word yet will come at the end of the sentence. Now see, one example is already solved and given. The sentence is, I've dash speak dash to your parents and they told me that you have passed all your exams. See, in this sentence, the word just has come after the word I've. I've means I have. And the verb speak becomes spoken in the sentence, which is a present perfect tense of the verb speak. Okay. So now likewise we will solve the rest of the sentence. The first one. Dash he dash find his keys dash and a question mark. Our answer, has he found his keys yet? Has he found his keys yet? The second, Dave dash dash see the film. Answer, they've already seen the film. The third, I dash dash ask for the tickets and Sarah dash buy the popcorns. Answer, I just asked for the tickets and Sarah bought the popcorns. The fourth one, I dash find negative my exercise book dash. Now in the bracket we have got find and dash and negative is written. That means we have to write the negative of the word find. Okay, so the answer is, I haven't found my exercise book yet. Fifth, we dash dash learnt a new English song. It's called row 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 your boat. Answer, we just learnt a new English song. It's called row 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 your boat. Sixth one, dash switch on the computer dash no he dash. Answer, he sorry has he switched on the computer yet? No, he hasn't. Seventh, dash write a thank you letter to Aunt Mary. Yes, I dash dash done it. Answer, have you written a thank you letter to Aunt Mary? Yes, I have already done it. The eighth one, my little sister dash eat and dash drink too much. She dash dash have 4 cakes and a big glass of mango juice. Answer, my little sister has eaten and drunk too much. She has had 4 cakes and a big glass of mango juice. Children, exercise E. Complete the text below, writing the verbs according to the information in brackets. You will complete this exercise on your own as homework. In this exercise, you have to complete the given paragraph by writing the verbs as mentioned in the brackets. Kindly try and see if you can solve it on your own. Don't worry about whether your answers will be right or wrong, as I will be displaying the answers in the assignment section. So you can check your answers from there. Okay, so this exercise is for homework. Using the present perfect with ever and never. We use the present perfect with ever and never to talk about things we have done in our lives. For example, look at the dialogues exchanged between grandpa and the little girl. The little girl asks her grandpa, have you ever lived in another country? To which the grandpa answers, yes, I have, when I was 28. Have you ever been to Australia? No, I've never been to Australia. Have you ever seen a tiger? Yes, I have. In the zoo. In these sentences used by the little girl and her grandpa, we see how the present perfect is used with the words ever and never. They are used for asking and answering questions. Now this exercise will also be solved in a similar manner as we saw in the dialogues exchanged between grandpa and the little girl, that is, in the form of questions and answers. Exercise F. Complete the sentences by choosing verbs from the box and writing them in the present perfect tense. So we have got to complete the sentences which are in the form of question and answers. By choosing the verbs given in the box, we have to make use of the verbs in the present perfect tense. That is, we have to use the verbs have or has in the sentence, and we have to use the past participle of the verbs. Now one example is already solved and given to us. That is, have you ever traveled on an aeroplane? No, I have never traveled on an aeroplane. In this example, the underlined word traveled is the past participle of the verb travel. Since it asks a question, the word have is written in the beginning. Also remember, children, that the word ever in the sentence is always used while asking questions. Okay, so now let's go ahead and solve the first one. Have they ever dash to a pop concert? Answer, been. Have they ever been to a pop concert? Yes, they have. They were at a big concert last week. Second, has Henry ever dash an elephant? Has Henry ever seen an elephant? Yes, he has, but only in the zoo. Third, has Sarah ever dashed a race? Has Sarah ever won a race? Yes, she has. She came first in the 100-meter last year. The fourth one, has your sister dash dash in the sea? Has your sister ever swum in the sea? No, she hasn't swum in the sea. Fifth, dash your parents ever dash the Taj Mahal? Have your parents ever visited the Taj Mahal? Yes, they have visited. They went to Agra last summer. The last one. I've dash dash in an aeroplane, but my brother dash dash in a helicopter. I've never flown in an aeroplane, but my brother has flown in a helicopter. Okay, so with this, exercise F is over. Now children, I'll stop here for now. In the next class, I will complete the rest of the exercises. Till then, kindly complete exercise A to F in your workbook. Thank you.